And finally, another topic I just want to bring to your attention, and is a type of product that's just coming to market now. This is really the domain of installers who are working with farmers, agribusinesses, rural areas, predominantly pumping systems. And we've got this wonderful new type of product called a solar pump drive I'd like to introduce to you today. Oh, where's my video?
There are still regions in the world which do not have electricity, or where the availability of electricity is uncertain. In many cases, these regions are hot and dry, so it's vital to obtain clean water. Many solar panels can efficiently convert solar power to electrical energy. The ABB solar pump drive is designed to effectively use that energy. When enough radiation is available, the ABB solar pump drive starts automatically, and the pump connected to it begins to run. The built-in maximum power point tracking functionality always attempts to feed the maximum amount of power possible from the panels to the pump. Maximum flow and efficiency is reached by noon. The ABB solar pump drive can also be equipped to operate from the grid if no solar power is available. The ABB solar pump drive pumps water in an environmentally friendly, effective way.
So what I really want to highlight here is that for those of you who have heard about solar pumps, typically what that has meant to date is that a pump manufacturer that makes many different shapes and sizes of pumps has, for a very, very limited subset of their range, said, we can provide a controller, you put some solar panels connected to that controller, it runs that pump, therefore that's a solar pump. But the controller and the pump itself come as a kit from the manufacturer. In this case, with an ABB solar pump drive, we're using basically a variable speed drive. And ABB is the world's largest manufacturer of variable speed drives, so they definitely know this space well. A variable speed drive takes AC, grid AC at, say, 50 hertz, chops it up into DC, and then puts it back into AC, but at a different frequency. And solar pump drives allow us to plug PV DC right into the DC bus halfway through there. What this means is it's pump agnostic. And so if you have a customer that says, oh, I need to power a 10 kilowatt pump, and it's Grundfos. Well, from our point of view, it's like, oh, okay, it's Grundfos. That's interesting, but frankly, we don't care. We're not worried about what the brand is on the pump anymore. We're completely pump agnostic. You just tell us what the electrical requirements of the pump are, and then we can supply a drive and a PV array that will supply the energy required to run the pump. And what that means is that we can now do pumping systems effectively off-grid without the need for batteries. And so these drives can be run either in conjunction with the grid or off-grid. So when they are run in conjunction with the grid, there's a changeover switch. You can't run the grid and the solar together like you might think a typical solar inverter works. Instead, this is a case where you select the switch to be solar only and it's running off the solar, you change the switch over to grid and it runs off the grid. Obviously you can automate that whole process, but it does mean that we can run both during the day and during the night. In the case where there's no grid available, then we just run off-grid effectively straight off the solar. ABB's range of pump drives extends up to 45 kilowatt three-phase. We've had a customer recently of ours install a 30 kilowatt drive running a 22 kilowatt pump outside of Bowen in northern Queensland. And one of the pieces of feedback we received from that project is that the customer was really impressed that the pump drive, because it understands pumps and motors, was able to identify if the pump got clogged, it would automatically run the pump backwards and forwards 3 times to flush it out. Now, it's not the sort of thing a diesel generator is ever going to do for you. It's not the sort of thing a 3-phase AC connection from the grid will ever do for you. So we're not just getting energy to run the pump from these drives, we're also getting control and management for the pumps as well. So if you do operate in those markets at all, and you have some businesses you think might be interested, then definitely let us know and we can start putting a proposal together for you.